So what we're going to do is just start off on the edge of our mat. It's definitely okay to go. Before we start, has anyone got any injuries? I know of a few, otherwise we're okay. Everyone's okay? Alright, so if you've got any
shoulders
issues...
playing up again, Lara.
Sorry?
Shoulders kind of playing up again around the scap.
Yeah, so with that, making sure chest is up as much as you can. The other thing as well is if you've got any issues with discs, in terms of bulging discs, you want to be careful of too much flexion. So too much flexion, okay? See you guys. Okay. Breathe in. Roll through the shoulders. Breathe in. Roll through the shoulders as you breathe out. And then breathing in and rolling through the shoulders and slowly coming down. So you want to have soft knees here. As you roll down, just keep rolling down until you get down slightly. Sorry guys, otherwise it plays up in the recording. And then we're going to breathe in and breathe out as we come up. So you want your chin to chest, soft knees, coming up and over. Making sure you keep your belly button to spine as you breathe in and come down. As you continue to do this movement, just remember in Pilates the way we breathe, we want to breathe in and out through our ribs. It's called intercostal breathing. Our ribs intercostals, that's why. We want to breathe out and in with our belly button nice and tight to spine. Breathe in and out and slowly coming down. Now just slowly getting your hands and walking out on the mat, nice and slow. And you want to come into a plank position. Any wrist issues, you can bring into a fist, or you can come down onto your elbows, okay? So we're just going to hold in this position and roll back and down through the shoulders. Do you see how we don't want to be stressed up here? We want the shoulders back and down. Okay, we're going to push back into downward dog. Warming up through those shoulders. And back in to plank position. Pushing back again in to downward dog. And then into plank position. Now bring your front leg into pigeon stretch. Now this is too difficult because you have restrictions. You can just move it back slightly to wherever you feel comfortable, but into pigeon stretch. We're going to walk the hands out, just stay where you're comfortable and pushing through into the floor. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe in, we bring the hands around behind and interlace, pushing up. Again, if you have any issues with your knee, you can sit to the side here and just pushing up. So the weight is not in the back knee at all. The weight is all in this front leg. The back leg is supporting you. Breathe in and out as you come over, pushing into the ground. Breathe in and out as you slowly bring your hands back around into that position again. Breathe in and out and slowly coming round and down. Pushing into the floor. Hands come around by your side, pushing yourself up into that stretch, tucking the toes under and bringing yourself back into plank position. We push back into downward dog. Coming back into plank and back into downward dog or up position. See how you want to get that head kind of tucking through to get the stretch through the shoulders. And then you bring the leg at the back of the room forward like we did before. See how coming out to the side. If this is uncomfortable, again, you can just bring it to the side. Okay, you don't have to go all the way down into that position. You can just hold wherever is comfortable. And then we're slowly coming down into stretch. Breathe in and out, bring the hands back around and stretch through that chest. Breathe in and out, hands come around, pushing through into the floor. Breathe in and out as you come up. Breathing in again. Holding in this position. Breathe out as you push into the floor. Take one more breath in and out, pushing into the floor. Hands come down by your side as you push yourself up, getting that amazing stretch through hip flexors. And then tucking the toe under, coming back into plank position and holding here. Now if plank's uncomfortable for you, you can just hold in with the knees, okay? So making sure when we're doing any of these movements in Pilates, that if this is your first time or you haven't done it for a while, there's no point in pushing yourself to a point where it's uncomfortable. All right, we want to take our time in this, making sure that we get the most out of every movement. We're going to push back one more time into downward dog, and we're going to bring those legs slightly wider as we push back. Now, we're going to push and touch each foot, but if it's too difficult to touch the foot, just touch the knee onto each side, okay? So we're going to push back in, touching that foot and stretch. Come back into plank position. We push back and we touch the foot on the other side. Now again, remember, it can be the knee. Pushing back in. Touching that foot, really stretch through here. Coming back into plank and touching that. Back into plank. Touching the opposite foot with your arm. Back into plank. We're going to go one more on each side. Plank. Holding here, really pushing back. Into plank and holding here. Coming into plank, walking those hands forward, bringing the knees in and coming back into our rest position, also called child's pose. Breathe in and out, coming up and just stretching back through the chest. You've got a lot of shoulder work there, so you really want to get that nice stretch through the chest. Breathe in and out and bring that chest up a little bit higher and looking up. And just releasing through the shoulders. Grab yourself a drink. I'm just going to turn the lights off because they're so bright. Sorry guys. The boys like putting the lights on and I'm not sure why. Okay, coming onto the mat. You can sit on the mat however you want. I'm just sitting on the mat this way so that you can see what my legs are doing. So we want to bring them in nice and close. So just so you know, today's Pilates, we're just going to make it a little bit easier and we're going to incorporate a fair bit of stretching. And then we can continue to progress as we go through the weeks. Some classes will be easier than others, okay? So see how I'm tucking this leg in, flexing through this foot. I'm going to grab hold of that foot or on my leg, wherever is easiest. And then arm comes over for stretch. And then we tilt forward, opening up the chest and trying to lift this shoulder up to get an amazing stretch through your QL. Then we're going to bring that through and do the same on the other side. Flexing through that foot, stretching over. Remember, it can be on the leg, coming over and tilting up opening up through the chest and getting that amazing stretch. This is your QL here. It attaches to the top of the pelvis. It's one of those core muscles that doesn't get very well looked after, especially if we're sitting a lot of the time. We're going to just bring the legs out and we're just going to stretch forward. Again, you can just stretch to wherever is comfortable. And coming back up again. And just coming onto your mat. We're just going to put our hands back into this position here. You can put them to the side, you can have a fist wherever. And we're just going to point through the toes or extend the feet. And then we're flexing and then extending. Flex, extend. Okay, then we are extending through the toes. Now hold them here. This is really important that you feel what it feels like to extend through those toes. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out, hands come around, and we're literally just pushing forward. So I want you to imagine that someone's pulling through your hands as they're pushing forward. Come up into the straight position, breathe in and out, and imagine someone's pulling you forward, tilting, pushing through that pelvis as you breathe in. And this time we're going into a roll-up position, and then you are breathing out, so you come down. So breathe in, and then breathing out as you come up. Now, if it's too difficult to come up, you can come into this position, hold onto the legs to pull you up, and then come over. Breathe in and out, slowly coming down. If you bring your tummy on nice and tight to control, it will help. So breathe in and out as you come up, holding onto the legs if you need to pull yourself up, and over. Breathe in and out. If you point your toes, you will find that you have more balance in this position. Breathe in and out. Pulling forward, breathe in and out. Slowly holding through the core and over. Breathe in and out. Belly button nice and tight to spine as you come over. Now we're going to come back slowly this time. Just incrementally hold. Then hold. Now if you need to come back down, whenever you feel it's too difficult to hold, you can just come down. Hold. And coming down and over. We're doing the same as we come up. Breathe in and out. Coming up and hold. 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 And coming up and over. We're just going to go one more full flow. Gently coming down. Breathe in and out, belly button to spine. And really pushing forward. We're going to bring our legs out to the side of the mat and we're going to flex through those feet. Just readjust yourself. So you've got two sit bones here. Those sit bones, we want to make sure that we're feeling nice and comfortable and that they're nice and even, keeping our pelvis even here. We bring the arms up and we're facing our palms up in this position. Okay, we're going to twist to one side, twist back to center. We move to the other side, and we come back into center. So I just want you to keep this movement going with the chin always over the sternum. Back to center. Chin over chest here. See if you can get a little bit further, but the main thing we're doing here is pushing back through those thumbs to keep us open. See how the thumbs are pushing back? Just keep us nice and open. And open. We're going to hold in this position, and we're just going to move the arm through a figure 8 position, keeping the chest up nice and high. Nice slow movement, shoulder mobility, keeping those feet flexed and the belly button on nice and tight. Making those shoulders burn. Bring belly button to spine, chest up nice and high. Okay, now we want to bring the hands to the front and we're just going to pulse to the front for 10, 9, palms facing forward, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, face thumbs down and push to the back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring those hands down by the side. Bring those legs in, and we're going to bring them in tight to our, kind of like probably about this position, so that when we breathe in, we come up and then down. Now, you don't need to get that high. This is fine. Okay? We're trying to get a nice stretch to the shoulder. We want to keep the core nice and tight. Okay? So let's breathe in and breathe out. Find a level. Here is fine. Breathe out and come down. Okay, so breathe in, find your level. Breathe out as you come down. Breathe in, find your level, and breathe out as you come down. Breathe in, and breathe out as you come down. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going one more. Breathe in, and then breathe out as you come down. Now I'm going to bring my body back through my arms here like this. Now, with this position, level 1 is just holding here, chest up, and we bring the leg up like this. Level 2 is you're actually pushing your bottom off the floor, okay? There's about literally that much. That's all it is if you can't see. Okay, so breathe in and out. Hold here if you need to, or push your bottom off the floor. We're going to come up for 1, 10 of these, 2, 3, bottom off the floor if you can, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, feel it in the core, nice and tight, 9, 10. Releasing through those hands, just getting a nice relaxed wrist. We're going to come down onto our back now, nice and slowly. Hands out to the side. We bring legs up into tabletop position. And I want you to bring them in so it's almost like the knees are stuck together and you've got a right angle here. Okay, so breathe in and out and just bring the legs over to one side, sticking them together. Don't let the legs like shift around. Make sure they're nice and tight. You're pushing into those knees at all times and breathing out as you come to center and in as you go to the other side. Making sure that you're pushing into that shoulder of the opposing arm. Back into center. Breathe out as you come into center. Breathe in. Breathing out. Breathe in. Breathing out, stick those knees together and in. Breathing out. And in. Last one to this side. Back into center. Hands push over the head. Breathe in and out and breathe in and out and down. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Think you got it. And out. This is 100 prep. Breathe in and out as you lift up. Now I want you to go a tiny little bit higher. Okay, now we're going to hold here. Now, if you want to go a little bit harder, bring your legs into this position. Otherwise, just hold your legs here. Okay, if it's too hard, bring your legs down, but bring your tummy up, like your chest up, and we're going to pulse, okay? So there's your 3 options. Option 1, option 2, option 3. We're going to pulse through the hundreds. Let's pulse the arms for 1. Okay, so breathe in and out. And in and out and in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out and in and out 30 to go. Breathe in and out and in and out. 10 to go. In and out. 2, 3, 4, 5 and hold. Back into tabletop position. Bring one leg down, other leg down. Hands come over the head into stretch. Breathe in and out and stretch. And in and really stretch. We're going to come up, and as we come up, we're going to bring one leg up and we're holding and the other leg comes off the floor. Okay, so we're going to switch through the legs. So we bring this leg in and then we switch and switch for a single leg pull and switch. Chest up, tummy tight. Now if this is a little bit difficult, you can just move the legs. See how I'm lying down with my head on the floor and just switch the legs. Otherwise, chest up. Keep that going for 3, 2, and 1. Chin comes to chest. Bring those knees in. Now we're going into a double leg stretch. Like I said, this is the double leg stretch. Bring it around, breathe in and out. Now if that's too difficult, you can bring your legs up. See how I'm lying on the ground? Okay, if you want to do it that way. The other option is you can bring your hands under, bring your legs in and out into that position. Keep that going. For 3, 2, and 1. Legs coming, we're coming up into roll like a ball. Okay, so rolling like a ball. This position is interesting. People love it, people hate it. We're just going to bring, I'll show you at the front. See how the toes are slightly off the floor? And we're chest up, holding on through our biceps. Okay, nice and tight here. So we want to bring a nice curve through the spine here as we roll back and breathe out as we come up. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Don't worry, this movement's not always that easy. I always sort of find the next part we go to is even more difficult, but you can stay and roll like a ball and hold here. Bring legs into open, holding on to your calves. Stay and roll like a ball if you're happy to. Okay? Breathe in and out and up. Breathe in and out. In and out. Breathe in and out. Last one. Breathe in and out. Now we can try open leg rocker if you want to. Okay, so open leg rocker. Otherwise, keep your legs where they were. Breathe in and out. In and out. Coming up into straight back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And out. Easy to get stuck in that rocker. And hold in this position. Hold wherever you feel comfortable, bringing the legs down nice and slowly and coming over into stretch. Grab yourself a drink. All right, coming back onto your back. We're going to do some glute work here. So all you want to do, I'm just going to bring my hands up here, but normally you'll have your hands here. You just want to bring the pelvis up and then down again. See how that pelvis is coming up, lifting the tailbone off the floor, breathing in and out as you come up. So breathe in and out, and breathe in. This time we're going to scoop the spine and bring it up into tabletop. Here, so breathe in and out and slowly coming back down again. Breathe in and out and slowly coming up. Holding here, breathe in and out and slowly coming down. So it's like you're peeling the spine off the mat. Nice articulation through that spine, makes it feel nice. And control, breathe in and out. So breathe in and out and come up into this position. This is called a shoulder bridge prep. Now what we're going to do is bring the leg at the front of the room up into this position. Now if that's too difficult, you can just hold here and pulse through this movement. Otherwise you'll bring your leg up and then you come down again. And you're touching with your toe. As you can see, you're in right angle here, only the hip is moving, okay? Now if it's too difficult as well, you can drop your bottom lower. The aim is to keep it as high as you can. Three, core on tight, 2, 1, switch, just readjust, pushing through that foot. So you want to push through that whole foot, okay? So you've got heel and the bridge of the two, the ball of your foot and the outside, okay? So you're coming up and touching down in the toe, up and down. Two more. And leg comes down. Now we're going to go into a more advanced movement here. So you can continue with what you had, or we're going to go into an advanced movement of bringing that leg up into point. And we point it down and we flex it up, point down, flex. Core on nice and tight here. 8, 9, 10, bringing it back into tabletop and down. Readjust, comfortable, everyone's comfortable. All right, bringing that leg into tabletop, pointing it through, and point down, flex up. Down, flex up. Last one, flex, bring into tabletop and down, adjust, push into the knees. We're holding here and we're pulsing for 10, core on high. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, we come down to touch and push straight back up. Touch, straight back up. Squeeze the glutes, tummy tight. Last one, we hold here, hands come over the head, and then we come down, and then we breathe in and the hands come over, and then we're coming down, and then hands are coming over, and then down, and over, down, and up, and down, and up. Three, 2, and 1. Hold here, really pushing into those glutes. Hands come down by your side. Just bring that down, bring one leg in, other leg in. Rock from side to side if you need to. All right, we're going to come over onto our side. Now with this movement, you want to bring just to help you with your balance is bring one leg forward and the other leg comes out. Now this is your level 1 movement, is holding on here. Level 2 is holding in this position here. Okay, so just remember with your elbow, you don't want it to be too far out or too far in. You want that shoulder to feel nice and comfortable. If there's any impingement, that's an issue. Make sure you're moving your shoulder till it's comfortable. And I just want you to open up through the chest. And you're going to bring that leg up and point the toe down here. So see how the toe's pointed down? Chest up, we're going to drop, catch. 1, 2, 10 of these. Core nice and tight. And 10, hold here, point the toe forward. We bring it in front, and then we're pushing behind into squeezing that glute. Forward, squeeze the glute. Squeeze the glute. Squeeze that glute. Three to go. Last one. Hold here, pushing out through the toe. We're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and release. Coming over onto the other side. So making sure that leg stabilizes you. Remember, you can hold here if you need to. Otherwise, opening up, making sure your shoulder's comfy. All right, so dropping that toe down, we're gonna drop and catch for 1, 2, tummy tight. Chest open. And 10, bring that toe forward, we come in, and then we push back. See how the toe points behind? And we flex the foot, and we point it behind, squeezing through those glutes. You don't need to get too far back, just as long as you can feel the squeeze in your glute. Tummy tight. One more after this one. And 10. Pushing back into that position, toe comes to the side, pushing out through the toe point. Let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming in for a stretch, and we're gonna go into some back extension work. Now, if anyone has any issues or spondylosis or any issues with compression of the spine, probably don't do these ones. We're just going to come onto the mat and we're just going to get used to the idea of extending through the spine. Okay, so hands are down by your chest, toes are on the floor, pushing into the floor with your toes, and you're pushing up into this position just to get extension. If there's any pain, don't do this movement. Breathe in and out as you come down. Breathing in as you come up. Get your chest as high as you can on your own, and then allow the hands to take over. Breathing out. And then coming up as you breathe in. Get as high as you can without using your hands, and then allow them to push you up. And breathing out as you come down. Let's go again with that one. Breathing in, up as high as you can, then allow the hands to take over, and then coming down. Now what we're going to do is add the legs, okay? So as we breathe in and come up as high as you can without using the hands, use the hands, then as you come down, watch the legs. See how the little legs come up? And then breathing in as you come up. So it's like you're like rocking a boat, and you're the boat. And you've got that extension. Breathing in, up as high as you can, then take the hands with you. And breathing out. And in. and out. And breathing in. And breathing out. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathe out. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Keep those legs there, hands come down beside. Pushing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your legs, hands come beside you, and we're coming into rest position or child's pose. Okay, we're going to come over into our bird dog position. Now, if you have problems with your wrist, I would suggest coming into that position here for this. Okay, so what we're going to do is start off hopefully everyone can see this, okay? We're just going to point through the toe at the back, and I want you to really bring the belly button to spine here. So if everyone can just feel their tummy, pull it on nice and tight now. Okay, all we're going to do is bring the shoulders back and down, nice and tight through the core, and we're going to bring up and down, up and down. That's all this is. The reason this movement looks easy and can feel easy is if you're not engaging the core. So tummy needs to be really tight, and you need to be really pushing out through those toes, and as you come up, squeezing through the glute. Really squeeze the glute. 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Now when we get up here now, I want you to hold your leg up here, and we're going to pulse in that high range for 10, 9, 8, 7, push that hip down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, release, and bring down. We're going to the other side. So I want you to feel it really tight through your quads, through your hammies, and through your glutes, and your core is nice and tight. Let's go to the other side. Remember to push that hip into the ground. We don't want to be opening up and swinging over to the other side. Let's go, tummy tight. Really squeeze through that leg, squeeze through the core. Glutes are on nice and tight. Okay, bring it up, high. Push that hip into the floor, core on tight, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and release. Come back into child's pose. We're going to just finish off with doing some tricep push-ups. Okay, grab yourself a drink. Hair's all over the place. Alright, so with your tricep push-ups, I'll give you 3 levels for this. Your first level, now some people with their tricep push-ups, we want to make sure the hands are probably about that close. So I like to have my hands directly underneath my shoulders. I want everyone to come up into a plank position. Okay, I'll show you the level. This is level 1. Level 2, drop the knees where they are and don't move. Level 3, watch level 3, toes tucked under. We roll down, we roll back up again. See how we're using the tummy to help us get up. Okay, so that is your level 3. Right, for that position. Okay, so we're going to go into 8 tricep push-ups, and we're going to do 2 sets of them. Okay, so don't worry if you're struggling with this one. Tricep push-ups are one of the hardest push-ups you can do. All right, are we ready? Let's hold, tummy tight, breathe in as you come down and out. 3, we're going to 8, halfway, 6, 7, 8. Drop the knees, come back into child's pose stretch. And bring the hands behind you and just stretch out through that chest like we did before. Let's have a little break before we go again. Did everyone find that okay? Good. Okay, let's go again. Last round, we're only doing 2 sets this week. Next week we might do 3. Okay, find your position. Starting plank, everyone starting plank. And then find your position. Let's go for 8. Breathe out as you come up. Tummy on tight. Last one. Holding here in plank. I want you to hold, everyone come into plank. Hold in plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Pushing back into child's pose as we stretch to finish. Alright, we want to come up into kneeling position. And I just want you to come back slightly as far as you can. So it only might be here, wherever suits. Come back, hold, coming back up again. Just 3 of these. Come back, hold, hear my knee crack, come back again, and come back. And back up again through the shoulders. We just want to bring one leg forward into that lunge position, tucking the toes under. Now, if you have knee problems with this, you can stand up and just hold through this position here for these. Okay, so pushing down into that position. You can always tuck a cushion underneath that knee. Okay, so what we're going to do here is push down into that knee. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back into hamstring stretch. Really pushing through there. And we're going to push into that knee again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming down into that hamstring stretch. Have one more. So this is all working on your flexibility as well. Pushing into that knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back. Bring that leg in and switch to the other side. Bring it out as far as you need to here. Pushing into that knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sitting back into that position. Pushing back in, coming forward, pushing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really pushing back into that hamstring. We're going to be so flexible. Just bring that leg up into flexion. See the foot, bring it into flexion. Yeah. All right, pushing into that knee. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last stretch through here. Bring that leg back in. And you are finished for the day. Just going to stop the recording.